Whoop. Okay, I was told by Roy that he was only going to talk for 3 minutes. Did anyone time that? Well over 3 minutes. So I'll try to make mine short. This microphone is so. I'm 4'11 and 3/4. He said I was 5 foot. Thank you. Yes, thank you, John Heck. Good evening. My name is Suzanne, and I was one of the captains, along with Heather B. and Marcy, of the 1995 women's soccer team. I'd like to thank the Hall of Fame committee for inducting my teammates and I into the Stockton University Hall of Fame. What an honor it is to stand here before my family, friends, and teammates and accept this award on behalf of my team. I'd also like to congratulate the other athletes who are being inducted into the Hall of Fame tonight. Once an Osprey, always an Osprey. Thank you. Keep it up, Cans. I'd like to thank Larry James, who unfortunately is no longer with us. Larry was our athletic director back in '95 and was a great supporter of the soccer program and all sports programs here at Stockton. Every season, the fall athletes would gather in the classroom to listen to Larry James speak about the 3 G's. Great grades, great games, and great graduation. Thank you, Larry, and the athletic office for all of your support that you gave to my team, especially during the Final Four. I would like to thank all our parents. The 4 years that I played soccer here at Stockton, our parents were awesome. They supported us at every home game and even traveled to our away games. During our trip to Amherst in the NCAA tournament, just about all of our parents made the trip out to see us play. As a player, this is one of the best feelings in the world, to look to the sidelines and see your parents there to support you and your teammates. My father, who unfortunately passed away in January, would have loved to see all my teammates here tonight. He loved watching this team play soccer. Thank you to our coaching staff, Coach Wilkins, Jane, and Coach Jen. Thank you for pushing us to be better athletes and young women on and off the soccer field. Thank you for putting in all the hours of preparation and commitment to the women's soccer program, because you all believed in us and you all knew we could be a championship team. We had a fun ride to the Final Four, and we are glad this was with the 3 of you, so thank you. Okay, all right. A few weeks ago, one of my teammates, Dana D., asked me if I wanted to accept the award on behalf of our team and speak tonight, so I thought to myself for a few minutes and said, sure. When I was thinking about what I should say, I decided to reach out to some of my teammates and ask them for a few memories from the '95 season. To my surprise, the majority of them could not remember that far back, or they told me that some of their memories we could not share with all of you tonight. So I'm on my own, and I hope I can give you some insight on this team back in 1995. Can't turn the page. 2 words to describe this team is competitive greatness. Legendary coach John Wooden explains competitive greatness on his pyramid of success as having a real love for the hard battle, knowing it offers the opportunity to be at your best when your best is required. At your best. That is how we trained each and every day, our best. Each training session was the same, focused and competitive, with one goal in mind, and that was to play in the postseason. The way we trained at practice carried over to the way we played on game days. As a team, we were always focused during our pregame warm-up. From our music that Marcy liked to pick, to the drills that motivated each player on our team. For home games, I remember meeting in the team room where Coach would give us a pregame speech. The pregame speeches were usually calm, but then at halftime, those speeches were a little more animated, depending on how the first half went. We had a tenacious defense that played together for 4 years. Mandy, Heather, and myself, along with Alex, who was in goal, all relied on each other. As a sophomore, Cans joined us as a sweeper and anchored our defense. It was easy to play defense with these girls because we knew that everyone had each other's back. We were very confident in one another, and it showed through the way we played. We had great forwards who were scoring machines, Tilly and Vanessa, And you can't forget Marcy, Toe and Go, who also played goal for us along with Meredith. Our midfield was strong with Toll, Corey, Sink, Zeno, and Dana, and with the addition of freshmen Lori and Rugi, we had a great team all around. Also adding to our success were our athletic trainers under the guidance of John Heck, or we like to affectionately call him John What the Heck. Whenever there was an injury, John and his team made sure we were back on the field as soon as possible. They kept us healthy throughout the season, and looking back, I believe that was a major contribution to why we were so successful. We all had different personalities, but on the soccer field, we were a team that came together for the same goal, and that was to win. We bonded every year during preseason when Coach and Jane would take us sailing on their boat they called Spy. Who can ever forget Chester and Paxton? They were Jane's little buddies that came just to about every practice. At one practice, they ran into the woods and got lost. We were interrupted at practice because all you could hear was Jane yelling their names desperately to look for them in the woods. They were little hot dogs. I don't know what, basset hound, what do you call those? Dachshunds, okay, whatever. They were dogs. North Carolina was a great road trip for us. On this trip, we really bonded as a team and truly realized that this was a great soccer team. And let's not forget about the white vans that we took to games every day. I remember coming back from a game and we passed a white van which was on the side of the road. Standing on the roof of the van, waving her arms frantically, was Coach Jen. She was trying to get our attention to let us know that they broke down. There was never a dull moment on those road trips with the white vans. We always seemed to break down. And how about our favorite bus driver, Ernesto? I remember driving back home from a game, and all of a sudden, Ernesto pulled the bus over and said there was something wrong with the engine. We were all tired from our game, hungry, and some of us had to use the ladies' room. We really had nothing to do but to become friendly with Ernesto. We actually thought he was a cool guy. We waited for hours and hours until another bus came to pick us up. The next day, we found out from Coach that our buddy Ernesto just had to turn on a switch for a different engine, and we would not have been stranded on the road for hours. We no longer thought Ernesto was a cool guy. I enjoyed my 4 years here at Stockton and loved playing soccer with these remarkable young ladies. We had a great bond on the soccer field, and it has continued on all these years, still friends, keeping in touch, although we all have busy lives. I would never have thought we would be sitting here 20 years later being inducted into the Stockton University Hall of Fame. Thank you again for honoring the 1995 women's soccer team. It has been an honor playing with you, an honor playing for you, and an honor to stand here and accept this prestigious award on behalf of our team. Thank you. I am truly honored.
All right, at this time, I'm going to bring up Chris Rollman, our sports information director, and we're going to bring up the women's soccer team one by one to get their awards.
All right, start with Kristen Alexanderson. Heather Barbelinardo. Meredith Brindle. Vanessa Dickinson. Dana Jakowski. Jen Kanzler. Danny Rugoff. Kim Sink. Mandy Stelling. Andrea Tilley. Carolyn Toll. Marcy Williams. Lori Wrightson. Danielle Zeno. Assistant coach Jen Barbelinardo. Assistant coach Jane Wilkins. And head coach Roy Wilkins.
All right, can we have one more round of applause for the 1995 women's soccer team?